Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining. As I said last time in the last video, I gave you guys like a really big life update. This video I'm going to give you some of our first impressions of Dubai. But before I get started with this video, I want to say two things kind of related to the last video. The first thing is I wanted to just say that I am very, very grateful for Ming Wang because he is really sacrificing a lot to go back home with me, and I feel really, really lucky to have him to go back with me, and he knows how important it is for me to see my family after everything that's happened at home. And yeah, so I'm just really, really grateful that he's willing to kind of sacrifice and go with me. It's amazing, like how lucky am I, seriously. And it wasn't an easy decision for us. We have a really nice life in China, and we will really miss our friends, so it wasn't easy for us to decide, and it's not easy to go back if we decide we want to go back, especially if the borders aren't fully open yet. So anyway, thank you, Ming Wang, you're the best. And then the next thing is that I didn't really mention in my last video about moving back to the US is our living arrangements. So when we get back, we are going to be staying with my sister for a while, and we'll be staying in my hometown at least until Christmas. I think I already mentioned that, but we're gonna be staying with my sister. And then after Christmas, we're gonna make some like big decisions about what we're gonna do next, if we wanna stay in America or if we wanna move to a different city in America, if we wanna move to a different country, and it all depends on the situation with the virus, it depends on how things are in China, it depends on a lot of different things, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, without further ado, let's get started with this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys some of our first impressions of Dubai. And just for a little bit of reference, if you don't already know, I've spent the last 4 years as an expat living in China. So, and other than that, I've traveled to a few countries, but not very many. So most of my references are based on China. Anyways, let's get started. So the first thing, and it will literally hit you as soon as you get off the plane, is the heat in Dubai. It is the desert. It is hot. You know, I just underestimated the heat. And even online, people were saying like, oh, you can go in the summer and there'll be less tourists because it's so hot. And I was like, yeah, let's save some money. And like I got here and I just kind of realized I ignored the like it's hot part, and that's why people aren't here. But anyway, like it gets up to like 110 degrees Fahrenheit easily now. It gets up to like over 40 Celsius, so it is hot. And the other day I called, we were wanting to go to the pool, so I called ahead to make sure they're open, they had spots and everything. So I said, is the pool open today? And he's like, yes. And I was like, do you have spots like in the shade? And he said, yeah, we have some spots available. And I said, is it like really hot? And he's like, it's summer. And I was like, oh, okay, that's embarrassing. Like, you're right, it's hot, okay? I can feel it. I can feel it like from the window here. Anyway, so that's one thing that like really hit me. I mean, I knew it was the desert, I knew it was hot, but I didn't know what that really felt like yet because I just had never experienced it. So, number one, the heat. If you come in the summer, it is hot. It's not really a place where you can go walk around to see the sights and just walk. It's in the summer, it is not a walking place. It's not made for walking. It's not really made for humans, I think. So we've just been staying in the air conditioning and then like going out for some short parts of the day and then coming back to the air conditioning. After we like take some pictures and see the sights, we just come back and rest and everything. So that's the first thing. The second thing that kind of surprises us, which again, I don't know why, it's my personal problem, but the prices. We knew it would be a little bit more expensive than things in China, but like it didn't really hit us until we have to keep paying, keep swiping our card, and we're already sweating because it's hot, and then we keep swiping the card, so we're sweating even more. We're just getting really dehydrated. So yeah, the prices are to be expected, like higher than China, higher than normal prices, and it's a big city. So anyway, like it's the desert, so I guess that's why we had to pay for water, which was pretty surprising. Like the other night we had dinner and we have to pay for a bottle of water even though we bought food there, which like I think it's kind of normal in other places too, but I haven't experienced that I haven't experienced that before, so we did pay for the water, and it wasn't even cheap. It was pretty expensive. So anyway, after eating out like for every meal for several days, we were like, okay, we can't keep doing this because we're staying here for 16 days. So we decided to go to the grocery store and buy groceries, and we stocked up on some stuff, and it's much, much cheaper if you do that. Like, so now we plan on only eating out one meal a day and eat like breakfast and lunch at the hotel if we can, and you can definitely save some money that way. So the next thing I want to talk about, which is a huge positive, is the people. The people here are so, so nice. So there are people here from everywhere. Like, it's a huge international city. I think most people that live here are actually not locals. So the people are so friendly, so helpful. Just anyone on the street, if you ask them like, where is this? Can you recommend a bar? Can you recommend a restaurant? They will give you recommendations. They will tell you how to get there, which is good, because if you get lost in the desert, you're gonna be stuck and it's not gonna be fun. So it's really nice that people are so willing to help. And so far the service here, like at our hotel and in the taxis, even like if you just walk into the mall, they're like, do you need some water? Like, it's free, you can have water. I guess because they know it's so hot outside and they want to make like good impression for the tourists, but they'll give you like water or free coffee when you go into the mall. Yeah, so everyone's super, super nice and helpful. That's like a really important thing and a really positive thing to say about our first impressions here so far. It is like it has been a little bit awkward, so I don't know what it is, like we've just been in China for too long or something, but like I don't know if we're lacking some of the social norms here or something, but I think we don't know how to like order, and we don't know how things work here, so people kind of treat us like babies or something. Like, they're trying to take care of us, but they're like, I'm like, can I have some water? And they're like, do you want still or sparkling water, or do you want big or small water? And they're like, okay, we'll get you a small water. Like, I don't know, I think they know that we're not from here. I don't know how they can tell, but whatever. they're still trying to help, but there has been like a couple little like weird things. Like, people kind of like giggle at us when we're trying to order and stuff, but I think it's all like, it's nothing like they're trying to be mean or anything. It's just like we don't know what we're doing, and I think they know that, so they're trying to help us, but it's not easy to help us, I guess. Anyways, so the service is really good. I need to say that the people are really friendly. The next thing is there's tons of places to shop here, like the Dubai Mall. We're staying pretty close to the Dubai Mall, and we've been there a couple times. It is just like any other like really fancy mall and in a big city, but I will say it is like 5 times bigger. It's huge. It's crazy. Actually, that being said, I want to mention that because I did come from China, it's not anything negative about Dubai, but I think that the cities in China, like Shenzhen, they're so underrated actually, because everyone is always talking about Dubai. Like, Dubai is so cool, Dubai is amazing. You always see all these influencers like partying it up in Dubai and visiting Dubai and like going to all these infinity pools and stuff, which like that's a real thing. But I will say that Shenzhen is really just as good. We think it's just as good. Like, it's just like kind of slept on. I think a lot of the cities in China, maybe because it's not as easy for foreigners to go there, especially right now, but I think a lot of the cities in China are super underrated. And compared to Dubai, I think they're very similar. They're both very like metropolitan and very international. They're very like developed cities, like amazing. So I will say that. I will say nothing against Dubai, but I think compared to Shenzhen, they're very, very similar. And one thing I will say is Shenzhen is cheaper. It's much cheaper and like the same vibes. So anyway, some people will probably hate me for saying this, but that's just my opinion. Okay, the next thing I want to do is just give you guys a little bit of like a rundown of our daily schedule for the last few days. So today I woke up, I went to the gym, I did laundry at the hotel, then we went to the Dubai Mall and had coffee, and we just relaxed at the mall, walked around a little bit. And then we went to see the Atlantis Palm Hotel. We took the monorail there, and so that's kind of been what we're doing. Like, we kind of relax in the morning, we have breakfast and go to the gym, and, you know, get ready for the day, and then we go out and do lunch or go to see something, walk around a little bit. Can't walk around too long, then we get tired and we come back and then we just relax. And so tonight I think we're just gonna stay in and watch Netflix because tomorrow we're going on the desert safari, which is going to be amazing. Like, gonna be riding some camels in the desert, and we're gonna have barbecue at a camp in the desert, and I think it's gonna be really fun. It's like the main thing that we have planned for this trip, so we wanna get really well rested tonight and get ready for that. So it's gonna be a hot one. It's a several hour long tour, so we need to do some extra intentional rest tonight, I guess. But anyway, so those are our first impressions of Dubai. So far, so good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't have anything like too crazy to say about it. It's good, but I would say, to summarize this video, the big cities in China are underrated. I would say that. Okay, anyways, I'll be sure to film some of our safari tomorrow, and I will post it as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.